There was a time in the not too distant past when Dacia was simply a means to an end. Their cars were cheap, but they weren't particularly cheerful. But their low purchase prices meant that many people who wouldn't be able to buy a brand new car were able to purchase a Dacia. But that was when many people were paying cash for their cars. But with the rise of monthly PCP payments, it meant that people had a bit more budget to spend monthly, and many of the Dacia's rivals made it look more cheap than it was cheerful, and that meant people were opting for other car brands which came with much more specification. Dacia, however, quickly cottoned on that this was the case, and they decided that they'd start to upgrade their cars. No longer being the option with no specification, they started to fill their still affordable cars with plenty of spec, which definitely competed with its rivals. Now in 2024, their cars are still affordable, but compared to the other models on the market, they are extremely competitive with everything you get included. Hi guys, my name's Tish and you're watching the John Banks Review channel. In today's video, we're going to tell you everything you need to know about the new Dacia Duster. And this is not simply a facelift. This is a brand new car, which comes with loads of upgrades. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you what all of those are. So if you want to find them out, then please keep watching. And if you like new car content like this, then you're in the right place. Here on the John Banks Review channel, we have tons of brands from Renault, Dacia, Honda, Hyundai and many more. So if you want to see content from those brands, then make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you had any further questions or queries about the Dacia Duster, then make sure you get in contact with our dealerships via the link down below. But today is all about the Dacia Duster, and as I said, it is a completely new car. So let's start by talking about the dimensions. How has this car changed when it comes to sizing?
It's built on a new platform, the same CMFB platform that supports the Sandero and the Jogger. This new model is slightly wider, giving a slight boost in interior space. However, it's actually lower than the model that it replaces. But surprisingly, despite that, the 2024 model also benefits from an extra 7mm of ground clearance. It retains the same length of 4.34 metres. The result is an SUV that now has an even stockier stance, and those looks have been further enhanced by the addition of chunky wheel arches plus robust bumpers back and front. The Duster's boot area has also grown to 517 litres, managing to remain competitive against models in this class. Optioning the hybrid does see this reduced slightly to 430. The space is practical and has a wide opening. The modular roof bars that we know from the Jogger and the current Duster also make a return, still with the ability to be mounted either horizontally or vertically in this extreme model. There are 3 petrol-based engines available for the Duster, a standard petrol labelled the TCE 130, a new strong hybrid named the TCE 140 Hybrid, and still the frugal and interesting bi-fuel engine. The bi-fuel model is the least powerful of the 3, but the combination of both petrol and LPG fuel tank boasts a whopping range of 800 miles combined, and is an affordable model for those covering high mileage.
The 128 brake horsepower TCE model features a 6-speed manual transmission and is available in both 2-wheel and 4-wheel drive. The hybrid, recently introduced to the Duster, shares the E-Tech hybrid powertrain with the Jogger and other various Renault models and is available only with an automatic gearbox. The TCE engine provides satisfactory performance. It's actually really well suited to the Duster's lightweight design. Its 6-speed manual transmission is smooth and responsive, and of course it offers the benefit of being available in 4-wheel drive, which means if you live somewhere with trickier terrain in the winter months, it could be rather helpful. The Duster Hybrid maintains impressive fuel economy, showing minimal fuel consumption even after extensive driving, even on the most challenging terrains. This model operates quietly at lower speeds, optimising electric use in urban settings, although this engine can be notably loud when it activates. Unfortunately, however, the hybrid is currently only available in two-wheel drive, so it's better suited for those in urban environments. Dacia has enhanced the 4x4 model with new drive modes for diverse conditions, making it well equipped for off-road use. Higher grade models also include features like a front-facing camera and hill descent control for added safety on steep slopes. It certainly doesn't claim to be the most rugged off-roader, but it will help out when surfaces become slippery in winter. But the combination of light steering means it's not completely at home climbing mountains. Due to the Duster's off-road dimensions and the higher seating position, it means that you get a really good visibility around this car. I've got a good view out onto the road, I can see the full bonnet, and I've also got good visibility all round. The rear window is slightly narrow, but I do have a rear view camera, which means parking is no issue at all. Whilst the Duster's light steering may be a negative when it comes to off-road driving, it does mean that it's a doddle to drive around urban and city environments, having quite a small turning circle for a vehicle of its size and capabilities. The only negative when it comes to that light steering is it's not the most agile in corners, but at low speeds it's more than easy to drive. The overall increased size of the Dacia Duster is of course going to give you more interior comfort, which I'm certainly going to talk about in a moment. But let's start by talking about the new design language. I really like the way Dacia are moving towards this new design. One of my favourite features is this front fascia. You have this white bar which runs along the centre, connected by the central Dacia badge, and then that white also continues into the lights. It's very cohesive, and I also like the colour options you can get with Dacia products. They're not boring, but they're also not very bright and in your face. You have these very nice muted orange, you have a khaki green, and also my favourite, which is a desert sand colour. Now this particular model, this is the top spec Extreme, and that means you get some really nice bronze elements. You'll find them inside of the wheels and also on the door mirrors. But let's also talk about practicality and what should happen if you have an accident in your car. Well, you see, Dacia want to keep the cost low, whether that's buying new or whether that's replacing parts. And they've done that by using unpainted plastic. You see the front bumpers, across the wheel arches, and also on this door card. These are all using recycled plastic, which can be replaced very cheaply compared to other products within this market. So the exterior is very striking. But what about the interior? Inside of the new Dacia Duster, it's received lots of updates, which have made it feel much more modern and fresh. It actually feels quite stylish, especially in this model, which is the top spec Extreme. So that means the same bronze elements you get on the outside are also brought into the cabin. You've got bronze Dacia logos on the seats, and you also get bronze details around these centre air vents. You also get some very nice imitation leather and contrasting fabric seats. These are really cool. You get the bronze stitching, you've got this kind of textured, almost carbon effect in the centre, and then the contrasting of the green and then the black in the centre of the car. It feels very, very special, although of course there's quite a lot of plastic used within this cabin, but that's very normal for Dacia and it's how they keep the prices low. I also like the fact that everything is not black. You've got that contrast of the green, and you also have a grey fabric headlining, which makes it feel just a bit brighter inside of this cabin. But that isn't all. You also have an updated infotainment system and added specification. Let's quickly run through the different specification you get on the different trim levels of the Dacia Duster.
There are 4 trim levels available. The entry-level Essential is the most affordable and the key is in the name. It features everything essential, including cloth interior, rear parking sensors and manual air conditioning. Stepping up to the Expression trim adds 17-inch alloy wheels, a rear parking camera and both the media touchscreen display and the drive information display. The Journey model increases the size of the alloy wheels to 18 inches, the air conditioning becomes automatic and there's a multi-view camera. The Extreme model that I've been driving adds nice luxuries like heated front seats, heated steering wheel and synthetic style leather upholstery.
It also feels nice and spacious inside this cabin with that slightly wider body. You get plenty of storage as well. You've got lots of storage sections up front, including that wireless charging pad, 2 cup holders, and you'll also find some storage underneath the armrest. You also get nice big door cards and you'll also get a nice big glove box as well. So storage shouldn't be an issue inside of the Dacia Duster. But what about in the rear? And in the back here is possibly the only place where I think some of the Dacia's competitors might just have it pinned, because there isn't the most amount of room in the back here. Legroom is slightly tight and headroom is also not massive. But if you're only having smaller children in the back, I can't see it being an issue at all. But if you want to carry tall adults, that might be where you find it a little bit pokey. The only other disappointing thing is there's no centre armrest inside of the Duster, which means you don't get any cup holders in the rear. At least you don't get any cup holders as standard, but you do get this cute little square which is on this centre console. Now this is for the U-clip accessory. You see, if you have something like this that you can buy from Dacia for a very small cost, then you can slot that onto your U-clip and then use that as a cup holder. But perhaps you wanted something else in the back. Well, you could actually attach something else like a phone holder. Of course, this isn't going to be as practical in this place within the cabin, but it still shows you how versatile this car can be. And of course, you can imagine there's going to be loads of different options online that you can find that you can fit to your U-clip, which means you can even have additional cup holders. You also have 2 USB-C charge points, and though it's basic, you do get pockets on the backs of the seats, and you also have your ISOFIX fitments, which are tucked behind zips, which I find keeps the cabin nice and tidy. As I'm sure you've already guessed, all this added practicality and added specification does come at a higher cost compared to outgoing versions of the Dacia. So exactly how much will the new Dacia cost you?
The Essential model only gets the option of the bi-fuel engine and is your cheapest at £18,745. Expression models are available in either petrol or hybrid. The 2-wheel drive petrol starts from just over £22,000. Adding 4-wheel drive will cost you about £1,500 more, and the hybrid £800 more than that. Journey models are a little under £1,000 more across the board, and it's the same step up for the Extreme trim. Even the most expensive Duster in Extreme Hybrid will cost just under £27,000.
So whilst the price has increased, I think you'll agree that when you consider everything you're getting with the new Dacia Duster, it's extremely good value for money. But perhaps there's something else you're considering within this range. It's interesting because when it comes to 4x4 SUVs, your choices are very slim. So what cars have you been considering? Let me know down below. Also, let me know all your thoughts and feelings about the new Dacia Duster. Are you impressed, or do you think they could have improved it even more? Pop all your comments down below. I really hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget, if you had any questions or queries, or if you wanted to book in for a test drive on the new Dacia Duster, then you can do that via the links down below. And if you want to see more videos like this, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. Until next time, guys, see you later.